here's the thing. Actually, I didn't even really touch on this. You know when the problems really started with this card? It really started when I moved it into the newer motherboards. And I think the newer motherboards, the newer chips and technology treat PCI differently than the older ones do, because they just kind of put a few PCI slots in to appease people that have old hardware. But I think it's really being handled differently. Like, emulated might not be the right word, but I think you get the idea of what I'm trying to imply.
Right.
And so ever since I've had brought into a newer motherboard, even in Windows 7, this card start being problematic on this motherboard, and it's only been exacerbated. Yeah. So it's really more along the lines of I'm still trying to use a PCI card on a modern board that really isn't handling PCI the way it used to be. And this is not your standard PCI card. It's a bit more advanced. And so I'm pushing the emulation to its limits, maybe.
Now, in your new NAS server, are you using an extra SATA card to handle your drives?
No.
His NAS? No, what he did with his NAS is that he pieced it together with what was it? Laptop hard drives and spare hard drives.
That was the test run. That was the test run. After I did the test build, I invested money in brand new RAID-rated Seagate hard drive. We went over this. I sent the link to Brian. He knows what hard drives I have. And I bought 3 of them, and I built a RAID 5, and I have an external hard drive that I'm backing up to over USB 3.0 ports that I added into a PCIe slot.
I forget, you bought 3 of them because
RAID 5 requires at least 3.
Oh.
I'm doing RAID 5, which is a bit risky in this day and age, but that's why I have the external backup.
Right.
I think RAID 6 is more the recommended way to go, having 2 parity hard drives instead of 1. But I don't know.
Right.
RAID 5 has worked well for many people for many years, as long as they have a backup.
The open, what the hell is it called?
Open Media Vault.
Open Media Vault, that supports RAID 5 and RAID 6?
Yeah. And mirrored, okay. And I mean it supports it all.
Okay.
You're seriously gonna do this? Build one?
Yeah, I have to find this old computer that I can use.
Yeah.
Currently, it's in the storage unit.
Well, that's cool. Yeah, I
got that. I told you about that rack that I bought.
I'm doing it on computer number 2 that I built, which actually. Both of those sound cards I showed earlier at one point in time were running in that computer. They're not now because it's running Open Media Vault.
Is it up off the floor?
It's on the floor, but it's not in the basement.
Where is it at?
It's in the living room near the TV, so that if I ever need to, if I ever have to shut it off and unplug it, I can reconfigure the BIOS because it's connected to the TV, because the BIOS battery holder is broken. So anytime it gets unplugged, the BIOS settings reset.
Yeah, that might be an issue. And also, if you have carpet in that room, there might be some static electricity going on every time that it needs to be rebooted.
Well, I'm not like rubbing it against the carpet, but I could put it on something.
No, but yeah, but you might want to put it up on something, and with everything else going on, and also a bad BIOS with it, it might be having issues.
No, the BIOS is fine. It's the battery holder is damaged.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That thing being damaged might be causing issues for everything else.
No, the only issue that caused is that the BIOS doesn't hold its settings when power is cut from the power supply. So I have to basically, if I ever unplug it and plug it back in, I have to go into the BIOS and set the date, set the time, set the boot device. But once I have that set, it holds that fine until it's unplugged. And I'm going to plug it into a UPS so that, because, well, I wanted a UPS even if it had a working BIOS battery, because I don't want it to shut down in the event of a power failure, especially running a RAID 5 on a bunch of huge hard drives. Because if power is unexpectedly cut from a RAID, I think it would have to rebuild. And I think that would be a massive undertaking for large hard drives and invite the opportunity for error.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. So UPS.
Wow.
But yeah, I can put it up on a crate to get
Yeah.
up. I'll put it up. I want actually. That's a good idea because it's also next to the radiator. So if I put it up on a crate, that gets it up above the radiator. Although the heat will rise right up into it, but it'll get it up off the ground, and off the carpet. So yeah, we still have 2 viewers. Oh my God, you stayed here. Great. Well, we're gonna go raid. What are we gonna raid? We're gonna raid the Elephant Ballet.
What?
Yeah, these 2 guys that play Zappa covers all night long, and you tell them that I said that. Actually, one guy loves Zappa, the other one not so much, and so if you start requesting Zappa songs, you'll piss one of them off while exciting the other one. It's great fun to watch. So let's see if this works. Right. How do I raid? I raid by typing something. Before I blue screen again. I had to type /raid. Okay. Here we go. We are going to go ahead and we are going to raid the Elephant Ballet. So have fun. Thank you for watching and good night.
Yeah.
Good night.
I bet
Good night.
Dune kicked you off the stream.